Hello everyone. Today we're gonna take a look at Blue, which is a machine from Tryhackme, which is all about the Eternal Blue vulnerability. So let's get started. I already spawned the machine and we have our IP address. As you can see, I've already done this, so all the answer is gonna be there, but I wanna record this so I can post on my YouTube channel. Since I already run the nmap script, we can take a look at that. So we can start with the first question. The first question asks us how many ports are open with port under 1000, and the third question is what is this machine vulnerable to? So let me show you guys how I get those answers from my, let's see, nmap script. Let's take a look at GP edit. Let's look at blue nmap. Let me see. Okay, as you can see, we only have three ports that are under 1000. They are 135, 139, and 445. And this is the scan that I run with SV, which is for version, SC, which is for script, T is for time and aggressiveness, and capital P lowercase n, which is to skip the host discovery because I know this machine is gonna be alive, so we can skip that. And the dash or capital A allow us to save our result in three version, and they are, oh, let me see, let's do min and map. Let's scroll down. Where's there you go. So the one that I run is all. It's gonna give us the output in two major format, which are grab XML in the regular format, I believe. Yes, so we OGMap and nmap and MXL. So, oh, let's get back to the script again. Yeah, so that's how I got the first answer, which we only have three part, and then the third question asks us what is this machine vulnerable to. From our result, it doesn't specifically shows that this machine is vulnerable to the Eternal Blue or MS17-010, but based on the name of the machine and the version that it's running, which is Windows 7 with Service Pack 1, and then we have port 445 open, we can take a good guess that it's probably going to be vulnerable to the Eternal Blue exploit. But there's another script that we can run that we can verify that, which is, let's do nmap. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, okay. Let's do nmap. We can do ss-p for port 445, and the IP address is, I think it's 10.10.170 and 201, and then we're gonna say script smb and se. Let's see, nmap sp445 10.10.170 201. That should be enough. Oh, typo. Oh, I need sudo. Oh well. What's going on? Something is wrong. Oh, the name is incorrect. It's 010. Okay, as you can see that the machine is indeed vulnerable to the Eternal Blue exploit, which allows us to have remote code execution to our target machine. So that's how I got the third answer, which is MS17010. So let's move to task number 2. Exploit the machine and gain a foothold. Start Metasploit. We can do that. MS. This is no. What am I doing? Oh shit! For some reason I forgot what I was doing. Should be MS console. MS MSF console. Wait. Okey-doke. Okay, so for the second question, find the exploitation code we will run against the machine. What is the full path of the code? There are two different ways we can do this. We can do search eternal blue, or we can do ms17-010. Will will both will give us the answer. So I'm gonna stick with eternal blue, and then we're gonna choose the first option, which is the exploit window SMB ms17 underscore 010 underscore eternal blue. We can skip everything else. We don't need those. So that's how I got this answer. So we can just copy and paste. And then the third question asks us which option that is required. Um, so there are two ways we can choose that option. We can either use the zero that is in front of it, in the number, or we can use the name. So I'm gonna use the easiest one, which is to say use 0. Um, and by default, if we don't set a payload, we automatically get the meter operator reverse TCP payload set for us. And then we can use show options, and that's where we see that we need the host option to be set. So which is required, and that's the only one that doesn't have anything set for it though, which is our target IP address. So that's how I got this answer, our host. Usually it would be fine to run this exploit as is, or however, for the sake of learning, you should do one more thing before exploiting the machine. Enter the following code and press enter. We can just do this. We can just copy this, and then we can just set payload. Something always goes wrong. Oh, forgot the payload. There you go. And then we're gonna set the host. We're gonna do set host, and then the target IP address 10.10.171-201. Let's verify that. 10.10 or 178. that to all one. That's how we set the option for the host. You know what, let's move this over here. Yep. Okay. And then we need one more option, which is to set the hell host, which is our own IP address. And I think this is wrong, but we can verify that. Open new tab. We can say IPA, nope, IPA. And this is the IP address that we need. We need this IP address. And then we can set hell host, paste. Oh, oh, there's no S. Okay, now we can verify that everything is set. Set options, show options, and the hell host, which is 10.14.91.201, and the host, which is our target machine. We can leave the port as is. We don't need to change that. With that done, run the exploit. Confirm that the exploit has run correctly. You may have to press enter for the dash shell to appear. Background the shell. If this failed, you may have to reboot the VM. Try running again, but hopefully that doesn't happen. We can say run. Let's see if we got a successful prompt. There you go. So we are in. We have our interpreter. Let's move to task number 3. Um, so escalate privileges. Learn how to upgrade shell in Metasploit. If you haven't already, background the previous gain shell with Control Z. Research online how to convert a shell to interpreter shell in Metasploit. What is the name of the post module we will use? Exact path similar to the exploit we previously selected. So for that one, it's pretty easy. So we can background this with Control Z. Yes. And then we're going to say search shell to interpreter. And then, well, we only have one option, so we're going to use that. Use 0. Yep, so that's how I got this answer. Post multi-managed shell to interpreter. So that's the path that we're using. Now select this option, show option. Oh, select this module. Show option, what option are we required to change? That's gonna be the session. We're gonna say use 0 and then show options. So the only option that is required that we don't have is the session. So we're gonna see what session that we have. I think we can do sessions. Yes, we only have one session, which is already a interpreter session, but for the sake of this, just to show how to do it, that's why I'm doing it again, because we already have full access to the machine for some reason, because we already have NC authority, and this is already a interpreter session. So we're going to set session 1, which is gonna give us a second session. Now we can verify that, show options. Session 1 is set. Now we can say run. It's gonna upgrade session 1 to a second session. Are we done? Okay, we done. Now, if we type sessions, we should have two sessions. Yep, both of them are the same. Yep. So we can use session number one, session dash I one to go back to session one. Let's see, set the required option. You may need to list all the option. We done that by using the session option. Run. If this doesn't work, try completing the expert from the previous task. Well, it did actually work because we have a second session. If we didn't have a meter-preter session, session number two would have been the meter-preter session, but now we just have two of the same. Verify that we have escalated to NC authority. Well, we already had that from from session number one. So let's get back to our session. Let's see. Okay, now we're back. Now we can type get system. Is it get system? Well, that's already running. Um, Let me see. Verify that we have escalated by run get system. Feel free to open a dash shell and tab so we can do that by running shell, and then we can set who am I. Yep, we are NC authority, which give us pretty much full access to the machine. We can do whatever we want, but we need to migrate to a different process, which is this option. So list all the process running via the PS command. Just because we are system doesn't mean our process is. Find a process toward the bottom of the list that is running at NC authority system and write down the process ID. Um, well, we're gonna have to go back. Let's see, can I go back? Nope, I cannot go back. Let's see, interpreter. That doesn't work either. Alright. I don't wanna do exit. Let me see if I do exit. I'm probably gonna go all the way back. Oh no, exit works. So I'm gonna do PS. So now we have pretty much everything is running NC authority. We can pretty much use any one of them. Let me use 3048 to verify PID, process ID. Now we're gonna migrate. Should be migrate, right? Just to be sure. Yeah, should be migrate. Migrate 3048. We're gonna migrate to that session. Migrate. So the migration has completed. Now we can go back to our dash shell and to start maneuver, start cracking password and so forth. So first thing first, we need to hash all the dump, which are the passwords. We're gonna say hash dump. So within our elevated meterpreter shell, run the command hash dump. This will dump all the password on the machine as long as we have the correct privilege to do so. What is the name of the non-default user? That should be John, but let's check that out. As you can see, we only have the administrator, guest, and John. Now we need to crack his password. So to do so, we're gonna take this whole thing. We're gonna copy. Oops, let's move this at the bottom. Let's open a new tab. Let's do, where am I? Let's move back to desktop. Okay, and then we're gonna say gedit hash.txt, and then we're gonna dump the hash. Then we're gonna save. We're gonna exit. So we're gonna use John dash format and see wordless equal share wordless. We're gonna use YQ and then the hash. Hopefully, why did that not autocomplete? Okay. As you can see, we cracked the hash, and the password for John is, well, whatever that is. So that's how I got the password for John. Now let's see if we can find all the flags. I mean, I did, but so flag number 1, this flag can be found at the system root. Well, that's gonna be the C drive. Let's get back to our meterpreter session. Nope. Yep, this one. So we're gonna do shell, and then system. I believe one of the flag is in the system folder. Let's do dir. Well, that was a mistake. Is it? Was that a mistake? Well, maybe it was. Okay, well, let's do cd. Let's do dir. Well, flag number 1. There you go. So we can say type flag 1.txt, and this is the flag for number 1, flag access to the machine. That's flag number 1. Now this flag can be found at the location where password are stored within Windows. Windows really doesn't like the location of this flag and can occasionally delete it. It may be necessary in some case to terminate, restart the machine, and we run the exploit to find this flag. This would relatively rare, however it can happen. Well, let's hope we don't have to do all that. So this one is gonna be in system, I believe. Well, I think so. Oh yeah. Let's do cd Windows. I'm not even sure where this flag is. Dear. I think it's gonna be in system cd system cd config. There's no config in it? Is it system 32 then? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay then. Well, let's go back. Let's do cd system 32. Let's hope it's system 32. Let's do system config. Oh yes. And then we're gonna do dir, and this is flag number 2. Type flag number 2 txt. Voila, flag some database elevated access. Now for flag number 3, this flag can be found in an excellent location into loop. After all administrators usually have pretty interesting things to save. I think this is gonna be at the desktop document somewhere. Let's go back. That should bring me. Let's go back one more. Let's do cd users admin administrator. Is that administrators? Is that? Oops. I don't even have up. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do this one by one. Oh, it's John. Huh. Well, I guess John is the administrator then. City John. This is should be in documents or desktop. Well, let's try both of them. I think it's gonna be in documents. Yep, there it is. Type 3. Oops. Flag 3. .txt. There you go. Flag number 3. Flag admin document can be vulnerable, valuable. Seem like I cannot talk for anything. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you get it done. One thing I want to mention, it's weird that whenever I'm doing this machine, the this section automatically get done for me. I'm not sure why this portion. I never had to do the shell to meterpreter because for some reason my shell automatically get upgraded to a meterpreter shell. Not sure why, but it is what it is. That's the control Z. We have plenty of option we can run with this. We can do the get system. We got the mic, webcam list. We can do key scan dump, key scan start. Maybe one day I'll try to experiment with all of these commands to see which one works and which one doesn't work. Oh, okay. Well, that's it for now. Goodbye.